Hello, Cynthia Allen, back with you. This will actually be my last session, question and answers. I'm calling it Pillow Talk because the first few questions that were submitted were about, sleeping. So we'll get into those plus some additional questions. And anyway, today is the day. Your Better Back, my signature program for helping people overcome back pain. It will close for registrations today. We'll only have a few more hours, and then it will be a whole nother year before I'm back with you again offering this program. So there is still a few spaces left that you can have in this highly customizable, I would say, customizable for your particular needs. So let's dive into some of these questions. Oh, by the way, I should say, this is where you can find out about it, YourBetterBack.Info. YourBetterBack.Info. Put that in your web browser and you will be able to find out about the program. Also, this is happening on StreamYard, which means that in YouTube or Facebook, if you would just pop over there, pop over, register at that little link in the comments description, workshop description section, and put in your name, then when you make questions or comments, I'll know who you are. Otherwise, I'll still get to see your questions or comments, but I won't be able to tell you, like say hi to you specifically and know who's talking. Okay, we have a question from Sandra. Sandra says, I need to buy a new bed or mattress. Any suggestions on the selection? Yes or no to an adjustable positional base? Yeah, so I do have some ideas about this. So first of all, I'm a huge fan of old-fashioned box spring mattresses. Firm, not extra firm, but firm. No pillow top. No pillow top. This is extremely important for people with back pain. You need almost always a firm mattress. And these pillow tops will make it very difficult, or foam mattresses will make it very difficult for you to move. Now, I have not worked specifically with Sleep Number type air beds, but I have had a number of clients that have used them with good success. And I think, again, you can firm these up and down, and sometimes you can even firm them up and down by sections. So I think those are also another option that you could look at. They don't last as long as a box springs because you can turn box springs, and now they even send you reminders, not only when to turn it, but like in what position to turn it in, which is kind of handy. But if you may not be somebody who can turn your mattress anyway, so then that kind of makes it a moot point. I really, again, want to just state I am not a fan of foam mattresses. These are you just get caught in them like a turtle on its back. And when you have pain of any kind, that is not helpful. Now, yes or no to an adjustable position base. So I believe you're asking one of the ones that will, raise the head or give you an angle in your knees. I think it's fine, except I don't think you want to be in a habit of it being in a reclined position, typically either a recliner or even in your bed as a recliner, especially when you have low back problems. So could there be exceptions to that rule? Yes, but there's always exceptions depending on what the person's particular issue is. But it's nice to have the adaptability if something happens and you need it. So if it's easy for you to have that adaptability and get either a Sleep Number or a box spring mattress, then I would say it's fine to do. Do I think what are the other things that it might be handy for? People with acid reflux could, just elevate the head a little bit. And that's probably much healthier than trying to elevate it with pillows and wedges. Would you want to maybe lie on your back and elevate your knees that way a little bit? Perhaps. I mean, that could possibly work for some people if the placement was just right for it. So those are things to think about. But the most important thing, I think, is a firm mattress, box springs, or Sleep Number would be my personal recommendation. Now, everybody's different, so you have to be a little careful about just taking my information and running with it, okay? Now we have from Julie, what is the best sleeping position for low back pain, please? I try to sleep on my back, but I always end up twisting to the side. Yeah. So, mostly I think that the most important position is one that allows you to sleep through the night. However, I have found that some people really do choose sleeping positions for them that don't go with their particular injury or pain pattern. Now, you're saying you start on your back and then you turn to your side. I think if you're turning to your side anyway, Julie, then you might just want to start on your side, give yourself a setup that's going to be fairly healthy. So here's the keys if you're going to be on your side. You want your knees bent an appropriate amount, certainly not up to 90 degrees, but not straight. And then you want to put a pillow between your knees. Now, where the pillow extends down to is unique to each person, but some people really need the pillow to go from the knees all the way down to the ankles. And some people do better if it's a little bit shorter pillow. You have to play around a little bit with the amount of the pillow and how much the pillow gives. But I would put a pillow between your legs. If you find that you're twisting, when you say twisting, I don't know if you turn onto your side and then you find yourself like doing funny things with your upper body, like going forward or back. That we do want to eliminate if possible in sleeping. So one way to eliminate the going forward is to give yourself like a body pillow or an extra pillow to put your arms around. Something that will just help to cue you in that I don't want to collapse down. That particular pillow would be better very firm, where the one between your legs might have a bit of give to it so that it doesn't start to irritate you over time. So between the arms, something on the side. So that's probably what I would look at. The most ideal sleeping is actually to be able to sleep on all sides, right? In a kind of rotisserie sleeping pattern, so that we are maintaining our flexibility and our capacity to be mobile. But once you already have an injury, that usually eliminates some of that at least while you're healing from it. Also, there's just certain types of back injuries in which certain positions we don't want to be in. So for example, if you have a spondylolisthesis, you don't want to be sleeping on your belly. Also, I've seen people sleep on their belly with their head in a really horrible position. They'll be like on their belly and then their neck will be cranked way back, and they wake up with horrible neck pain, and they may even have stenosis of the neck and all kinds of other issues. Those are an example of something that we would not want to encourage. We would want to try to help a person find a much more consistently healthy sleeping position. And what else can I say about that? So I think, is there anything else to say? On your back, if you have low back pain and you and it's more, well, probably most people on their back are going to need a pillow underneath their knees when they have low back pain. So I think that's good. We'll cover it for you, Julie. I hope it helps. It helps. And thank you for the couple of people who are saying hi over there. Let me take a look at that for just a moment. Okay, Jackie, I will definitely get to your question. Let me see here. Who have I got up next? So Wendy also asked a really interesting question, because she's participated in the 5 pillars to turn back pain into back ease. Those are no longer available, but they were available for the last couple of weeks. And she said, I want to ask, in the movement explorations, is it okay to put a pillow or bolster? We got this pillow thing, don't we? Pillow talk. Under both knees and lying with the legs straight. I'm going to read the whole thing. And also, when we have one leg standing, to put one under the straight leg. This is because I'm uncomfortable often, and afterwards. So she's saying, can I put a pillow under both knees when both legs are out long, straight out long on the floor or the bed? Or can I put it under one leg and not the other one when we're using an asymmetrical position? And then she goes on to say, I have lordosis, so a big curve, an excessive curve in her low back, and I also feel a pulling in my right hip, and I always notice it in my low back when I lie with my legs straight. I feel more weight on my left side, and my right hip is always higher. So she's got some nice awareness here, nice awareness. And then Wendy says, I noticed, too interestingly, I have thought it is cheating if I do that with a pillow. Wendy, you have just helped a ton of people with your question and your observations for yourself. Yes, it's not cheating. It's never cheating to help make yourself more comfortable. I don't know. Maybe it could be, but not in the context of our lessons, for sure not. So even though I might say, let's rest with your legs long, or put your feet in standing, or have one leg long, or many other kinds of positions. It could not even be about the legs and the positions. When you feel like, man, I don't know, that doesn't feel right for me. That's nagging. That's nagging, or that downright hurts, but maybe it's just nagging. Absolutely make any kind of adaptations that you feel you can make that still take you in the general direction of the lesson. So use those pillows. Give yourself the benefit of some pillow bolsters or pillow talk for yourself. And, it may turn out that you might not need it even through the whole lesson if you are respectful of yourself at the beginning. Or you may find in a few weeks, you might not need the pillow as much all the time. What you want to do is keep your attitude open to what might be changing and experiment around. And it's okay to try for a few seconds and go, is that going to work for me? Maybe. I'll try it for maybe a minute or so. No? Okay. I'm going to put something there. Okay. Thank you so much, Wendy. Very good. Yes, so Julie says she's tried some of that. She's okay. Let's just stay on this topic for a minute. I've tried a special shaped pillow in between my legs, and that caused hip pain, unfortunately. Oh, we'll try a long pillow down my side to turn onto. Yeah, you could try something long. Though, if you have like one of those U-shaped pillows, I don't really like those for anything long term. I just like a very basic pillow for most people. Yeah, so keep exploring. These questions that these folks are asking is really some of the most common ones. What pillow can I use? What mattress can I use? What position should I sleep in? And of course, we need to be able to get our sleep. So these are vital questions. And there isn't a one size fits all. It's mostly experimentation. Then the second thing that if we're doing this hand in hand, you keep experimenting with your situation in your bed, and we keep changing your plasticity, one of those pillars. We keep changing your intelligent movement, upgrading that. We keep upgrading your awareness. You're going to be able to find more and more appropriate solutions for yourself. And you will also not need as many adaptations over time. So I'm remembering a woman I worked with that, she'd been sleeping in a recliner for 2 years when I started working with her. And then within a few weeks, she was able to say, I wonder if I could sleep in a bed. And she slept through the bed for a few hours one night. And then very shortly after that, she was able to get the recliner up. And that's because things were changing in her system, right? She was able to feel her adaptability for a bed again. And that, that's important. That's important. Okay, let's see here. I'm going to go to Jackie's question. And let's see here. Is it too much to sign up again for Your Learning Body? So Jackie's in the Your Learning Body membership, it sounds like. And add Your Better Back as well. Do my Your Learning Body course materials I have now stay available indefinitely, or should I choose only Your Learning Body or Your Better Back? Thank you. Okay. This is such a specific question, Jackie, to your particular situation. So Your Learning Body is an ongoing membership, and when you cancel your membership, you do lose access to those materials, because it's not just about the materials, but also the ongoing courses, and we keep investing in you, and so those go away as a membership. Now, Your Better Back, you keep the materials that are in Your Better Back. You keep access to it. You not only keep access to it, you get to repeat the course in the future if you want to. Now, is it too much to sign up for both? Last year I thought it was, and then I had people who did it, and they said it made a really big difference for them. I thought, good grief, that's a lot of work, and they did a lot of work. But I generally think it is a little bit too much, to be honest. So what we suggest to someone who's signing up for Your Better Back that is not a member of Your Learning Body, but is going to get it as a bonus, we make the bonus available at the end of the course. And that's so people can focus on the Your Better Back program, and then they get a 1-year bonus at the end of the course. Now, Jackie, because I don't know enough about whether you're a monthly member, an annual member, or blah, 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 I need you to send that question again to support@futurelifenow.com. And I'll just put that up so that we could actually look. So you could use this to, it's not really, let me edit that for a second. It's not really to register. You could send it to support@futurelifenow.com so we could look at your specific situation and figure out how we can accommodate that need the best, okay? Thank you so much for that question. Okay. Oh, good. I'm glad you're finding it useful. I'm not sure who you are, but I'm glad you're finding it useful. Good. Let's take a look at another question. Eleanor asked, why is it so hard to get doctors to give you shots in the hips to help with some pain? Well, Eleanor, I can't really answer that question. I'm not a physician, and I don't really deal in the medical model much anymore at all. But I do understand some about how physicians think. And there's a number of things that they might be thinking about. The frequency of injections. There's almost always a protocol for not giving injections too close together. There are side effects to injections that should be taken into consideration. I think you're talking probably about a steroid injection, or you might be talking about an epidural. I'm not sure which. Definitely epidurals and steroids both have months in between usually that you can get them. Also, there's just some situations in which they're not thought to be very valuable. And the research on epidurals and steroid injections it's not that great, particularly for epidurals, it's not that great. So, I'm going to switch the answer back to what is it that you can do? And what you can do is explore a pattern, a way of exploring your problem that turns your problem around a bit. It puts you back in charge of your life and starting to figure out what can you do for yourself. So anytime you feel like you're not getting what you need from your physicians in relationship to pain management, I wouldn't, any time's too big of a word. Many times when you feel like you can't get what you need from your physicians in terms of pain management, it's a signal to start to look towards other options. And I'm not saying to run out and look at every Tom, Dick, and Harry solution or every herb or anything like that, but definitely looking for some intelligent ways that you can claim your intelligence, your own bodily intelligence, your own sensory intelligence back for yourself. Because when you have a lot of pain, the pain is like all consuming and demanding. It even gets hard to even really think about anything but that. So your resources that you have, that you were born with, to help navigate this challenging situation are not really as available to you. So that's why I think a program like Your Better Back can be so helpful, because it begins to change your thinking. Your thinking how? Like, about pain, for sure, about who you are and how you function in relationship to back pain, but also begins to change your brain maps around your body parts, how the parts of yourself work together, and 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 gives you the tools to know how you move, and then to change as you need the way you move, so that you can find a pathway out of that suffering. I hope that's helpful, Eleanor. I know that's very frustrating. I also just want to recognize that there's this whole thing around certain, uh, sometimes women, sometimes people of color not getting the kind of treatment that they need for injuries or back pain. And I'm not talking about those situations in relationships to physicians. In that case, I think that you need to find another doctor and find somebody who will help you if you think you're being targeted in some way, in some way like that, for sure. Okay, let's see here. Got another comment. Let's take a look. Okay, Jackie, I'm glad you found that helpful. So we have got a great group, a great size of group. There is room for you to join Your Better Back. So I hope that you are thinking about it. YourBetterBack.Info. It goes away tonight at midnight. And what do you get with it? Well, you get 14 weeks of programming, 12 weeks of classes, live sessions. And then we have those, of course, available for you on replay. You also get written material, small, short things that you need to know about that get parsed out over the weeks, and access to special recorded video and audio lessons for you to be able to do small bits of things every single day. You get this opportunity to write your backstory, which is, I think, very, very helpful for the majority of people, and submit that to me. And you write it for yourself. I will certainly read it, and it will help me to plan the series for everyone. But it's important for you to know, just to see what did I just say about myself? What did I just say happened when this all was happening, when this all occurred? What am I emphasizing here? What am I not emphasizing? These are very important things in claiming your own capacity within your back health, to claim your back health. And then, of course, you'll have a chance at the end to rewrite it. And I believe you will be very pleased when you rewrite it. So those are some of the things that you get with Your Better Back. And I would love to have you in the program. We have a great group so far, and it all starts a week from tomorrow. That's why registrations stop tonight, so we can get you ready to go, ready to rock and roll and have quality pillow talk. Thank you so much for joining me. I think I've got everyone here. Yeah, I think I've got all the questions. If you have any more, you can email those to support@futurelifenow.com, and we will get back to you. And again, to read about the program, you go to YourBetterBack.Info. Put that in your URL browser window, YourBetterBack.Info. Okay, it's been fun exploring with you the last 3 weeks, and a little sad to have this be our last Q&A together, but I'm so excited to really dive deep with the people who are ready to commit to their own health and life and get their back. Bye-bye.